In this video series, we're going to see how we can add appointment booking functionality to our WordPress website using the JetAppointment plugin. Hi, my name is Stratos and I'm constantly producing video tutorials about WordPress. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. In the website, and I will put the link for this in the description below, we can see that the JetAppointment can work with Elementor and Gutenberg. It says here that you can buy it from $19, and this is not correct because if you just buy the JetAppointment, it will not work. You have to go also and buy the Jet engine. If you have the whole suite, then you have no problem, but if you just go and buy the JetAppointment, it will not work. Now you can use this plugin to create services, as you can see here. Create the therapist, which means create the persons that are going to offer the service, and then create the elements so you can combine those and book the appointments. You can use this plugin even if you have only one service and one person. Let's scroll down. Here it says that it will start with a wizard and you just complete some steps and you're good to go. Okay, it's not exactly like that, but we're going to see it. We have days off, setting work hours, support for multiple services, and custom calendar labels. We have buffer time, minimum time required before booking, full appointment details, use single forms, capacity. This is how it looks in the dashboard for the appointments. One of the three views that they have, the list, calendar, and timeline, are the other two, the calendar and timeline. And here are more information about the plugin. Now, as it says here, you can see live demos. They have created a spa appointment, they have created a barbershop, scheduling, and they have created a doctor appointment website. So you can just click view demo and see how they have created all of those things in the front end. Now here, again, it says $19 per year for the JetAppointment, but again, it cannot work just with the JetAppointment. You have also to buy the Jet engine, and I would like that to be more clear in here. Now, if we go to the comparison, and let's go and click here, we will see that in the comparison, they say that you have to go and buy also the Jet engine, as you can see here, JetAppointment and Jet engine. And the price now has been increased, so it's going to $45. This is per year, of course. And they compared with Booking WP, WordPress, Amelia, and Bookly Pro. Now, every time you see a comparison inside the website, of course, they are going to present that everything is better in their plugin. I have only worked with Amelia beside the CrocoBlock JetAppointment, and I know for a fact that some of those things are not true. Now, maybe they haven't updated this page since they created it, but there are some mistakes in the Amelia, and some things are offered inside that plugin, and here they say that it doesn't. Okay, it doesn't matter. I'm going to close those pages, and this is the website that we're going to play with. This is an Elementor page, and we're going to add the forms inside here. And I also have created a Gutenberg page, so I will add also the form inside here and see how it works with Gutenberg. As you can see, this is a car tech shop, and we're going to offer some services like oil change, season service, and body shop. Now, I have, of course, created those services, but I may create other services as well in this series in order to show you how you can add more functionality in this website. Let's go to the dashboard. And here I have installed inside the plugins the CrocoBlock wizard. So as you can see here, it's a CrocoBlock wizard. Now you can install those plugins in two ways. The first is manually, just upload the plugins and activate those. Or the second way is to install the CrocoBlock wizard, then activate that, paste your license key, and then install whatever you want. We're going to do that with the wizard. So let's go to the Jet plugins and let's go to here to the button that says let's go. I'm going to select the Jet plugins installation. Here I wish there was a button that says clear all, so I wouldn't have to check everything to clear. So I'm just going to leave the Jet appointments for this step, and I want you to see that it will not work without the Jet engine. So let's install that. And now if we go into the plugins and install plugins, let's wait for that. Okay, it's installed. As you can see, nothing changed here. If I go to the plugins, I will see that I have the JetAppointment plugin here, but I have no settings, nothing here that I can edit that, and there is nothing else inside the Jet plugins, as you can see. So you must have the Jet engine in order to work. Now, inside here, the plugins, there is a warning that says you must install also the Jet engine for this plugin to work. But here, we don't have anything that will inform us about that. And for me, the first time was confusing because I said, I installed it, did I made something wrong? And I installed the plugin again, nothing happened, and then I went into the plugins and saw that. So I guess they should have put something in here to inform me that this plugin requires also the Jet engine. Okay, let's go now to the Jet plugin again. Let's click Let's Go. And I'm going to clear all again and just leave the Jet engine. So let's do that. And now once I hit next, it will install the Jet engine and it will show here the JetAppointment and the Jet engine link here. Okay, it's refreshing. And now you can see JetAppointment and Jet engine. Now, since we have installed the Jet engine, you may have realized that this is just an add-on for the Jet engine. So it's something to work and add functionality inside Jet engine in order for this process to work. So if you have worked already with Jet engine, you know that it's a plugin where you can create custom post types. I hope you already know what's a custom post type. If you don't, then I'm not going to explain in this video. Basically something like a post, but it's for another purpose. So let's go to the JetAppointment, and here we have the setup. This is the wizard. Now, I'm going to run the wizard, but at the first step, we're going to see that we need some things that we must create before running the actual wizard. So we have to do that instead. It says here that in order to continue with the wizard, we have first to go and create the post types that we need. So we need two kinds of post types. We're going to do that right now. Let's go to the Jet engines and let's go to the post types. So the first post type is the services. As says here, I need also to update the database, so let's do that. Okay, and then inside the plugins, I have the new version of the Jet engine. No, I have the new version of the JetAppointment. Okay, let's update that also. Okay, so let's go to Jet engine and post types. We need two kinds of post types, as I've said. The first is the services, and that's a service that we're going to offer to our clients, to our visitors. And the second one is the persons that are going to offer the services. And inside the JetAppointment, you will see that named as providers, because they are providing, obviously, the services. Now, for you, you may call them something different. If you are building a website for doctors, maybe you will call them doctors. I will call them technicians because those are my technicians to fix the cars. But for the JetAppointment, you will see them as providers. If you want to name them providers, you can do that. But I would advise you to make it easier for your client if you are building websites for clients, so your client can understand where he needs to go to assign new persons to his team. Now, there is also a case that you have one service or more than one service, but you only have one person that is working inside the business and he's doing all the work, all the services. So you don't need to create a provider for that. You just create the services or this service and you're good to go. You don't have to do the extra step. If you do have more than one person, then just follow along and create also the second post type that are going to create. Okay, let's go to the add new, and we're going to start with the services. Let's go and type the post name as services. Okay, then I'm going to click here, it's auto-populated services, and I'm going to leave that as it is. And now let's go into the advanced settings. Here we have many settings and we're just going to change this pin. First, I'm going to add the post type, and you will see here under the comments that it will add the services, and you can see now the icon. So this pin is the icon that corresponds from here, and you can change that by clicking inside here and putting something that is close to your website. For me, I'm going for something like the wrench, the admin tools as it says here, and I'm going to update that again. I'm going to save a lot because I want you to understand every step that I'm making, so I'm going to show you the differences. Let's go now to the services, and here we have services and add new. Let's go and add new service, and we're going to see that at this moment we have only the title and the content of the post. We don't have anything else. We don't have featured image. Let's go here into the wrench. We don't have featured image. We don't have anything else inside here. So by going into the advanced settings at the bottom, you can see that it says support and it has the title and the editor. If you also want the featured image, and probably you want to do that, you're going to select the thumbnail, which is the featured image. If you also want anything different, anything else from that, you can just do that again. So you can put, if you want, the expert, and it will have a little bit of extra text just for another page, like the archive page. I'm going to put the expert here because I'm going to need it after. So let's add the expert as well. And now let's update the post. And if I go here and refresh, I'm going to see now that I have the featured image and the expert text inside here. Okay, the expert is here and the featured image just loaded, as you can see here. Okay, let's go back here, and here we have the meta fields. The meta fields are custom post fields. Those are fields that you're going to need when you are going to add the services. So think first, what are the services that you are going to create? Think of your website that you are building, and then think what are the services and what extra fields you need to put inside. If you were a doctor, maybe you need to add services based on some process. Maybe you had the time of the examination. Maybe you have the gender of the examination, because some examinations are not for all genders. Maybe you need some other stuff that you need to add. So for me, I would add some meta fields inside here just to show you how you can do that, and then we're going to fill them out later on. In this website, again, this is a car shop site, so I need to create some fields in order for me to assign into the services if it's a new car, if it's an old car, if it is a service for a van or a motorcycle or something different. So it's something that it will help me later on when I'm importing the services, when I fill them out, and the fields will guide me and I will put all the information that I need. And of course, again, this is better for your client, so he will understand what he needs to fill out in order to create correctly the service. So let's add a new meta field. And here I'm going to name it as condition, car condition, car condition. Okay, I'm going to click into the name ID, and as you can see, it auto-populates this content. Keep in mind that it cannot have empty spaces. It needs to have something like a hyphen or a underscore in order to put between the words. It cannot accept spaces. Let's go next. We have the field type here, the object type, sorry. So it names field, and here are tab, condition, and endpoints. You're just going to put fields. The others is just groups. Next is the field type, and this is text. We have also some other things. So this is a text where you can type anything. This is the date, time, so you can pick out what you want. Text area, it's a box that you can type more things. You have more rows. This is what you see is what you get editor, so you have more control over the text, bold and size and colors and something like that. We have switchers, so you can switch between two options. We have checkbox, so it's a list with all the necessary options. We can check one or more of those. We have icon picker, so we can select images instead of just the words. Then we have the media, where we can upload files. We have gallery, where we can upload images and we can view them as galleries. We have radio, where it's to select one of those options. It's like a checkbox, but we have a little bit of circle, and we usually select that for the visitor to only click once and select only one. Then we have the repeater, which is more advanced, and this is something that it creates rows automatically. Just click something and it will create the next row. We have select. This is a select field. We click here and we select what we want. Number to accept only numbers. Color picker to select the colors. Post and HTML. It's more advanced. Okay, we're going to leave it as text. Then we have the description. Again, all of those fields are just for the services. This is not something that the visitor will see. It's just for the services. So the one that is going to upload the services later on is going to see everything in here, but not the visitor who is accessing the website and is going to book an appointment. Then we have the field width, and this is the width of the field inside the row. We're going to leave it as 100, and later on we're going to reduce it. Character limit, it says what it does. Default value, if you want. Is required? Yes, is required for me. Quick edit support, if you want to edit that later on. you can just click and come inside here in this screen. And then we have conditional logic, which is basically options to add, and then based on those options it will show or hide that field. So here we're going to put, for me, select. So let's go and put select. And now I'm going to add the options that I have. So let's go for the new field here. And this is for new cars. New cars. New car. One is new car. Okay. And the option label here is something that you can add. I'm going to copy and paste that. The first one is going to be saved inside the database, and the second one is going to be appeared inside your post. So I'm going to put the same for both. After that, I'm going to add a new field, and I'm going to put used car. And I'm going to copy that and paste it here. Okay, now that I have done that, if I update the post and go into the post and refresh, I will see now that I have the condition in here, car condition, and I can set to new car and used car. As you can see here, the new car is selected at this moment, so it will always be selected as first. And if it's not edit that, it will save the new car. But we can do something different here. We can go and put the placeholder, which will be select car condition. Let's update that, and now we're going to see that it will have another option which will be default. So the select car condition will be default. It wasn't at this moment because I updated that from the new car. So now I have the select car condition, and I have to select new or used, something between those. If I leave it as select car condition, then it means that I didn't check anything. Okay, let's go here, and I'm going to put that as required, as it says here, and we don't need to change anything here. Let's go to add a new meta field, and this will be type of car. Okay, I'm going to click here. I'm going to click afterwards the text. I'm going to leave it as select here again. And let's add 3 options now. I'm going for a car. I'm going for a van. And the one after that is motorcycle. Okay, let's go for motorcycle. Okay, let's copy that. And after that, we need a placeholder, and I'm going to put select type of car. Okay, even though we have the motorcycle inside, which is not car, but doesn't matter. Let's go and check the not multiple, the required. And I'm going to update that. And now I'm going to see that I have 2 rows inside here. The select condition, car condition, and the type of car. After that, we're going to reduce the width, and I'm going to put 50. And let's go here and also put 50 for that field. So this means that it will create 2 columns, and it will put those 2 fields side by side. So this is how I'm going to leave it. Now, of course, these custom fields are based in your needs. You should change those custom fields based on what you are going to create, based on the services and what custom fields you need to add inside here. Okay, now that we have finished with the services, we can go and close that. And now I'm going again for the post types. So let's go up on top, let's go and click the post types again, and now I'm going to create the second one, which will be the providers, the person that are going to offer the services. For me, those are the technicians. Okay. I'm going into the advanced settings. Here I'm going for another icon. We're going for user, something like that. Okay, and here I'm going also to put the featured image. And I'm not going to put the expert here, and I don't need to put the expert here. So let's go to the new meta field, and we're going to add some meta field for those persons. Now, of course, when we're creating those persons, think it as creating his bio, his page so you can show to the people what he's capable of, what are their knowledge and what they can provide to the visitors, to the clients. Let's go for the first one, which will be the certificates. So he has some papers that says that he's an awesome technician and he knows what he's doing. Okay, this will be a text because, not a text, an image. So let's go for media. Or you can go for gallery because maybe he have more than one certificate. Maybe he has got more papers. Okay, so I'm going to leave it as 33.3. Let's go to the next one, will be the years of experience. So how many years he's working as a technician in the field. This will be a text, so we can put the text that we need. You can also put here a number because we have numbers and this will only accept numbers. So we're going to click here and we're going to select the number. Minimum value and maximum value are here. I'm going to change that to 33.3, okay. And let's add another meta field, will be years in the company. Again, you're going to change those fields depending on your persons that you're going to add and what fields you need to add inside there. I'm going to change that again to a number. And I'm going to select the width to be 33.3%. Okay, after that I can add that post type. And now if I go and select the services and let's go and click add new, I will see that I have the services and here I can select, not services, technicians and add new. I'm going to see now that I can click the certificates and choose those files, years of experience and years in the company. Now, something that I need also to do is inside the services, if I go and see all the services, of course I don't have anything now, I can see the title and the date. So I have two fields inside here to see all the services that I have, but maybe I need another field just to be able to identify easier which is the service and what is for. So what I have inside the services is the type of car. The type of car can be added also inside here as a column. How can I do that? Just go into the jet engines and post type. And then I'm going inside the services. And here is the admin columns. The admin columns is the one that I want. I'm going to click here. I'm going to add new. And for the title, I'm going to type of car. After that, it will say what's the type, it's meta value, post terms, which is something like category, post ID or custom callback. I'm going to select meta value. And then it says field name. So we're going to put here the field name. To find the field, we're going to click here the type of car. And this is the name ID. This is the one that we want. Type of car, the name ID. Okay, let's paste that in here. Then we have the column order, and this means that we're going to put that in the order that we want. The first is the title, the second is the date. So if we put 3 here, it's going to go after the date. If we put here 2, it's going to go before the date, after the title. If you put 1, it's going to go first and then it will have the title. Okay, then we have prefix and suffix. Those are values that you can add before and after the text. And this is sortable. It means we can sort it based on those fields. If it's a number, you can also click here. Okay, let's update that. And let's go now to the services and let's check all the services. So as you can see, we have type OG car and instead of off because I made a mistake. So let's change that. Let's go here and here type of car. Okay. It would work even though I had made the mistake, but I would like to do it correctly. So type of car is inside here. Okay, next thing is go into the appointments and go and start running the wizard. So let's go to the setup. And here is the first step of the wizard. So service post type, which means select the services. The services is here, services. Then we have providers. If you have providers, you can just click here and select it. If you don't have and it's one person, then you will leave it as it is and just go to the next step. For me, it's technicians. Okay, so now that I have selected both of those, I can click next. After that, as you can see here, it says set up database tables. You cannot edit or change those or delete those tables. You can just go and add more. Now, these tables are something that this plugin needs in order to work. These are, as you can see, the ID, the group ID, status, service provider, order ID, user ID, username, user email, date, end, slot, end, and type. Those are custom fields that are going to be created automatically in order for the appointment to work correctly. Now, you can also create some new database columns inside here. Now, why you may need other database columns? When the visitor is going to fill out the form, you may need other things that you will ask in order to book the appointment. For me, it would be like the maker of the car and the model of the car. If I was a doctor, I may be asked for the age of the patient and the gender of the patient. If I was building a website for musicians or gigs or something different, I would like to book an appointment, maybe I would ask for the level of the student and if he had done any music before or something like that. So keep in mind that all of those information are going inside the database and will follow along with the appointment. They are going to be registered inside the appointment and we're going to be informations extra for this appointment. You can also add other fields inside the form that the visitor is going to fill out that just for extra things that they're not so crucial for the appointment. Things like where did you ask about us? Or things for marketing purposes and stuff like that. The more that you add in the database, the slower the website will become. So you don't need to add extra information with no reason. But in most cases, you need to add something extra like a telephone of the visitor. You don't have anything to add the telephone number. So let's go and do that. I'm going to click here new database column and I'm going to put here the phone number. Now, keep in mind that this cannot accept spaces. So this is why you have here the hyphen, the underscore basically. And I'm going to copy like that. So I'm going to put here, instead of the capital P, I'm going to put small p, and I'm going also to put here an underscore between those two. Now keep in mind that these columns are better created once when you're going to start building the website. So go and think with your client what are the extra fields that you need. If your clients come back and say that I want other things inside the column as well, and you go and edit that, it will delete everything that is inside the database and every appointment will be deleted. So keep in mind that you cannot edit that without losing all the data of the appointments. Inform your client to do that, make a backup or something, go and print the appointments and then go back and edit this because it will delete everything inside the database for the appointments. Okay, so we have the phone number. We need also for me the car maker. Okay, I need also the car model. And I will also need the car year, the year that it was created. Car year. So all of those fields are maybe different for you and you will adjust those based on your needs. After that, we're going to click next. And here we have the basic structure of the booking schedule. Now keep in mind that these are the default values and you can adjust those inside the services and inside the persons based on your needs, but that's the default values that you will see every time. So change that once so you don't need to do it every time if you have some things that are similar inside here. So let's go and see the time format first. The time format is something that I want like this, okay? Then we have the schedule type, and this slot means that the appointment will be set by me, and it will say that it's 45 minutes, 1 hour, or 30 minutes. And that's one appointment, that's one slot. You cannot change that. Then we have the time picker, which means that the visitor will pick the time that he wants for the service. So he will say that it will start that time and it will end that time. This is something that you may put if you are building a massage website maybe, and you need the clients to choose how many hours he wants that service. And after that, we have the recurring, which means that it will repeat the appointment again. So if you're building maybe a driving school website, a client can go and book the first 2 hours of Monday every Monday. So this is the recurring. Okay, then we have the duration, which is the duration of the appointment. And of course, if you choose here time picker or recurring, it will change accordingly. Let's go for the slot. And here we have the duration, which means how many minutes or hours this appointment will take. If we click here, we can see that we can change from 00 to 24 hours. Okay, we're going to put 45 minutes here. Okay, and this will be my default. I will change later on inside the services if I need. After that, we have the buffer time before and buffer time after. Those two meaning how much time you want before and after the appointment to be prepared for that appointment. So how much time you want to maybe get all the tools that you need, and how much time you need after to clean everything up so you will be ready to accept the next customer. Of course, during that time, you will not accept any other appointments. So if you put here 15 minutes, then it means for the duration of 45 minutes plus 15 minutes, you will not be able to be booked. After that time, you will open the slots and everyone can book again. After that, we have the locked time before. This means that you will have to give some time before book a new appointment. So no one is going to be able to book appointment today because I'm not going to be prepared for that. I need 24 hours for my tools to be prepared or everything else. So you cannot do that. For me, I'm going to put 12 hours because I want to give 12 hours ahead. Then we have the multi-booking, which means that you can accept more than one bookings in the same slot. So if you are creating a website and you have classes, then you can maybe accept more pupils, more students. You can accept a group of 5. So you can put that minimum 1 and maximum 5. And after those 5 persons book the same slot, then that slot will be unavailable for more booking. I'm going to disable that because I'm not going to offer to more than one client at a time. Now, keep in mind that this is per person. If you have 5 persons that are doing the same job, the same service, then you don't have multi-booking. You have 5 people that accept one person at a time, one visitor, one client. You don't have multi-slots. Next, we have the work hours. So we have Monday and then we have the hours that are working. And keep in mind that you can add multiple rows. So we are here 8 to 5 and then we can add also 7 to 9 if we want. So let's go and add 7 to 9, and of course I'm going to delete that after. 7 to 9, just to see how it looks. Okay, save, and you will see now that we'll have second row with the second time frame. Okay, let's delete that. Yes. So you can go and add your working hours. We have Saturday and Sundays, and those are 2 days off for me. And then we have the days off, the actual days off. So here you can put the days that you have for vacations. So you can put the period of Christmas vacations or Easter vacation, or whenever you are closed except for those 2 days, the Saturday and Sunday, if you have those as days off. So you can manually put the days that you need. You are going to put the start date and accept it here, and then go and select the end date and put a label. Now, the one thing that I would like to see here is the recurring, because if I'm going to add a period of Christmas or something different, I would like to be that recurring for every year. And I would like to go every year and add those dates inside here. Okay, I don't have this feature at the moment. And then we have the working dates. This means that there's a chance of a service that's for a different season. So you can only accept the booking of a service from this day of the month until this day, or for that month. So maybe I have a service which is a winter service, and I would just want those for the months of the winter. I don't need them to be in the summer or anything else. No one can book that service in the summer. So this is where I'm going to put that. Now, keep in mind, again, that this is the default values. You can change those inside the services, and you can change that inside the persons as well. Okay, we're going to go into the next now. And now we have the final step. This is the WooCommerce integration, so it will accept the payments that the WooCommerce can integrate with. So as you can see, we have multiple ways to be paid for. And then here it says to create the single service booking form and the sample page booking form. Those two have a main difference, which is basically that the single service booking form will not have this service field. So this is a form that will actually go inside the single page of the service. And when the visitor of the website will go into the service, he will see a form that says book that service now. So he don't need to choose the services. This is the services that he's viewing right now. We're not going to confuse them and ask for the service we want to book. So this is why we need a form like that. And after that, we have the form with all the services, so we can put that in the home page. Of course, we can do more forms and we can skip more fields, and we're going to do later on manually. After that, it says create form in, and we have the Jet engine and the Jet form builder. Now keep in mind that the Jet engine has far more things to adjust, so I would advise you to create that with the Jet engine. Okay, let's click finish that. And keep in mind that in some cases the wizard didn't actually set up everything, so we need to go and check that in the general settings, and we need to see if the services are selected. And as you can see, it's not selected. So if I go now into the appointments, I will not see here services and providers because they are not selected, even though I did select that in the service. This is a bug. So let's go again to the services and let's check that. And let's go to the providers and check here the technicians. Of course, all the steps of the wizards are here, so you can do that as well. After that, we have the WooCommerce integration, manage capacity if we want multiple booking. We have the working hours, the labels, and here we can put custom labels, and we have the advanced. So we can check the availability through all services or by each service. And then we have for the tools, the database information that we put inside here. And if I go and see here the warning, it says that if you change and remove any columns, all data stored in these columns will be lost. So you will lose all the appointments. Now, if I hover over to the appointments, I can see the services and the providers. If I click the services or the providers, it will go straight ahead inside here, technicians and services. These are the same thing, it just adds here a link in order for me to understand and maybe find it quickly. If I go into the appointments, I will see that I have here the appointment list, and of course this is empty. But when I am going to fill some appointments and create some bookings, I will see that the list is going to be populated. So that was with the first video, and this is a series because we're going to dive deep inside this appointment booking, and it needs a very big video or a series of videos in order for you to understand it correctly. So that was the first one. In the second one, we're going to add some things inside the services and technicians in order to have some content. So thanks for watching, guys. Please give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Remember to subscribe in my channel if you want to complete this series or if you're going to view other videos about WordPress. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.